Today we are going to see how to copy-paste iterators data. We can see that every iterator has this icon, number 2 and number 3. And the same happens for the FF, which is the final Xform iterator. And this icon allows us to mark an iterator being copied. So if we click this icon, we can see we are marking iterator 3 for being copied. And if we click the mini menu next to it, it will tell us that this iterator has been marked to go in another iterator. When we go in another iterator, the mini menu will show us all the options we have for copy-paste iterator data. The first one, it will copy everything but not XAUS, just because XAUS is very personal to each iterator. It's like the soul and personality of the iterator. And then we can copy the section from the marked iterator. And every section has the name of the folder inside the iterator UI. So let's make an example and let's create a pi variation, which is just a variation that is very recognizable. There you go. Let's make it a little smaller. And now let's go on another iterator, in this case iterator 1, and let's paste the var section. And this will paste the pi variation and its weight value. Perfect. Which is exactly the same, obviously, as the one we marked. Now let's go back, let's play a little bit, and let's go back and reset this setting. And now we're gonna see that we can copy paste iterator data between different FLAM3H nodes. And so on this one, let's just create a different variation, for example, a blur variation. Let's make it a little smaller. Perfect. And now let's mark this iterator for being copied on this node, and the mini menu will tell us this iterator is marked. Let's go on the other node and create a new iterator in this case, and we can see we have our option, and let's paste the var section, which is where the blur variation lives, and there you go. And now you got the variation from the other iterator. We can see the mini menu when we're copying between different FLAM3H nodes is showing us a little bit of a relative path, while when we are copy paste on the same FLAM3H node, we can see just the name of the section. If we delete the marked iterator node, FLAM3H will tell us once we click on the mini menu that the marked iterator node has been deleted. Let's reset. And now we will see that FLAM3H keep track of the marked iterator until its deletion. We can mark the FF2. And so now if we mark number 2, for example, we can now create in between iterator as many as we want. And we can see the marked iterator number keep changing because it's keeping track of the original iterator. We can now remove iterator and it's keeping changing as it's keeping track of it. And if we delete the marked iterator, we will get a warning, and the mini menu will tell us that the marked iterator has been removed, and if we want to, we can mark a new iterator. Now we are gonna load an example case scenario, and this is a flame that I found on DeviantArt, and if we review it, we will see that it's using an e-disk. And then iterator number 2 and 3, they are actually using a Julia scope. And those Julia scope, those two iterators, they are pretty much the same. The only difference are the scale in the post-affine. So this one is smaller than the one in iterator 2. So we can see its contribution and its purpose is to fill in the empty space. So we can delete this one, and now we can create a new one. And now we go on iterator 2 and mark this iterator, and we can go on iterator 3 and paste its value. So select all, and then we go back inside post-affine and we make it smaller. So let's say 1.3 for the X and 1.3 for the Y. And there you go, we created a new filler from the preview one. Perfect. Let's add the pre-blur back, so let's say 20. And this is more or less what it was. And let's set the point count to 25 million so we can actually see the detail in this flame. Let's go to the Preference tab and change the viewport point size to 0.4. Perfect. It has some very nice detail in there, generated by the Julia scope together with the eDisk pattern. It looks like something like a lost Mayan city or something like that. It's very nice.